Word.
Welcome to the April podcast.
What I don't know where to begin or what to do. I'm so. What was there even in April?
There
It
was
feel like it went to
April.
March to May. Not it doesn't feel like that, but it. I don't know. I don't know how to put it into words.
Yeah. The weird thing too is not only was it a busy month, it was a busy month like separate from each other to the point where like we feel like we haven't talked to each other in a while. It's like a
Yeah.
genuine thing. Like we
Outside
still
of
like
Discord,
send
this
Discord,
feels
Instagram
like,
DMs of memes and like we talk every day.
yeah.
But damn, it's been a
This
while.
is yeah. This has been crazy.
What's up with you? Because I have not heard any. You've been hearing a lot from me because I've had stuff happen to me.
There's so much.
What's been going on?
Where do I begin? Let me think
First of
the
all,
month of April.
before we even go through anything, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you too, man.
Yeah. We never got to
Crazy.
say it, like, vocally, but happy birthday.
I know. Birthday boys, dog.
Yeah, that's what the podcast title is.
Birthdays got so crazy we didn't record.
Yeah. Oh, man.
If anything, my birthday was the calmest thing of the month.
Honestly, yeah, mine was probably like the one day I had nothing to do. It was just a work day for me.
It was the quietest time. I went to work and everything. This is the first year. This is the first birthday I've gone to work in like 15 years.
Oh, shit.
I take that day off like religiously. But since I'm at a new job now and I'm still like apprenticing, I was like, nah, I'll go to work. I didn't want to be like, I'm not going to come to work at my big fancy job because it's my birthday.
I mean, you could have just requested off that day.
I could have.
Birthday.
I could have. I didn't know. It was fine. It was fine because I kind of invested in what I'm doing, so like I kind of was like, nah, I want to get this. Plus, my birthday was in the middle of the week. It was like whatever. I'll go to work. Mm-hmm. It's not like my last job. I would have been like, fuck you, I'm not coming in there. I don't want to go to work because it's my birthday. Like, how old are you going to be? 38. Nah, but okay. So to break April down.
Beginning of the month. I don't even know what happened to me at the beginning of the month, if I'm being honest with
you. Okay. 2 weddings and a bachelor party happened, right? First of all, every weekend in April, there was something. There was never nothing happening. Which every weekend I begged for nothing to happen. So my cousin got married. For those who were watchers of the aux cord, Jasmine Miotti got married. So we were at her wedding.
Nice.
And that was a great time. Whole family showed out, saw them. It was good. But the day before that, the night. Well, no, let me start 2 nights before that. She got married on a Sunday, right?
Okay.
So I had a full work week. Friday, there was like a get together because my friend Chris got married. So not Chris on the show. That would be crazy if your story was like, well, I got married.
So I got married. This is Chris that I also know that worked at other place, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Him. Yeah. He got married. So
is he still doing the food stuff as well?
Yeah, and he's gotten bigger now too. He's doing his thing. So Friday they had a get together for him. So like I said, worked all week, worked all day Friday, came home, went to that. It was at some bar and we just all hung out for his, celebrating him getting married. And the bachelor party was the next day. But the reason we had the pre-bachelor party is because his bachelor party was in DC. So the people who wasn't going to make it out to DC just came to this. So we all just hung out, ate, drank, and then went home. I think I got home like 1 in the morning. Next day, they're having the real bachelor party in DC. So I get up. I had to run around that morning after being out the night before, get dressed, get in the car, drive 2.5 hours. So picked my brother up. We drove out there. Fun times. We went to like a Brazilian steakhouse. So then you got full up on the meats and
Arby's.
You know it. Went to Arby's.
Went to Arby's, you know, the place with the meats. The only one.
There was more happening that night. I think we like after we ate, we chilled for a while. It was pretty late. But I knew I had Jasmine's wedding the next day. So it's another late night. And then they were still going. They were about to go to like a cigar bar and another lounge or whatever. You know, it's a bachelor party. So they're just doing it up. But me and Aaron ended up leaving before some of that happened because like, well, I got to get up to do a wedding tomorrow. So drove down there, ate, chilled, drove 2.5 hours back. I got home like 1:32 again. Woke up Sunday, wedding. So now I'm waking up, getting dressed. I came to watch watch Trenton and Brendan. Me and Adrian went to this wedding. Great time, but I'm having a good time, but my body is just like, we're dying. It's been 3 days. Like we haven't sat down. We worked all week and then went straight into this.
And then Monday, right back to it.
Right back to it. So like we had fun. Wedding was great. Blah, 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 blah. Ate, drank, be merry, all of that stuff you do with a wedding. So we leave the wedding. And then I could just feel like, you know, I'm getting older. So I'm feeling like, all right, I drank for 3 days straight. I'm not like 22 anymore. It's taking a toll on me. So all this celebrating, I'm like, okay, I need water and just water. So anyway, come home. This isn't a big thing, but on the way home, my aunt calls and says, hey, your internet's not working. I'm like, what do you mean? Is the router plugged in? You know, you go through the whole reset it, unplug it, all that stuff. And she's like, no, but also you don't have, there's a part of your house, like this section of your house just has no power. I'm like,
just started with that.
So in my mind, I'm like, all I've wanted to do for days now is just sit down. And now I can't even go home to my creature comforts because my internet is out and some of my power is out for some reason.
Not all of it, just some.
It's
enough
just some
to make
weird.
it difficult for you to do anything fun.
Right. And it was only out on the things that were like convenient. Like some lights worked. None of down here in the basement worked.
Yeah.
But weirdly, the light in like the little closet behind here worked. Where the box, the power boxes, well,
breakers,
so switch, yeah, all that shit's in there. So and the laundry room worked, but the plug that the main like internet box is plugged into, of course, doesn't work. So there's no internet. Fine. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe some important things work, and then little things worked, but then I felt like anything that was like necessary, like fridge, kitchen, no power. Like, cool. So now I can't even come home and really get comfortable because now I have to dive into why my house has no power. So I get home, I go to the breaker, I'm resetting switches, power's not coming back on, and then there's moments where like the power will like blink on and then go back off. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, and then I have Gen Z children. Are they Gen Z or are they Gen Alpha? What's the
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know there was one after Z.
Okay, so the Alpha I think is the new kids.
Is
like
that
my
how it
kids.
works? They just go back to the beginning of the
I
alphabet?
Guess. Anyway.
Does that mean there was a previous Gen Alpha?
Listen, we don't get paid enough.
Okay.
So
that's a good point. Yeah, moving on.
Like we're not sitting in front of two supercomputers.
No, it's fine. We don't need to know.
It's better this way.
It's fine.
So Somebody in the chat will be like, your kids are Gen. Anyway, so they're those kids, and Brendan's too young to know if anything's happening. But Trenton is going through like an existential crisis because we don't have internet.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't watch. I can't. I just like. I'm like, chill out. Like, you'll be fine. But and again, I'm like, he's taught his father from the 90s. I'm like, when the power used to go out, I sound like an old head. I was like, when the power went out, when I was a kid, the power was out. There was like, you still got games, you still got shit like portable
you have your
shit.
entire toys that you're in your room.
Yeah,
go play, do something.
I was like, I don't want to hear anything from you. But that doesn't work on a kid who was born into this generation right now.
Yeah.
So he was all mad. I had to deal with that. But called Pico. They're like, okay, we realize your power is out. It should be on by like midnight or something. It was like 12:45, some shit. And I was like, we're like, okay. But in my mind, I was like, how? Like, you're not here fixing it. Like, and it wasn't like the block. It was our house. So it's clearly a very specific problem. It's not a neighborhood problem. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but they got notice, obviously, through the power lines, where that something, they can tell something was wrong. So I had to like rig up the house. So I went out to the garage. I got like this big heavy duty extension cord, one of those big, thick, like orange ones. And I took the cord that I found an outlet that actually worked. And I ran this cord all the way to the internet box and plugged it in. So I was like, okay, we have internet for the night. And I looked at Trent like, so you can chill out now. And
fucking relax.
I was like, right, everybody can go to bed and like have their TV and
have
like
your Roblox.
Yeah, you got your YouTube and all. You got everybody has like their shit. You can be entertained for the evening. I had to run a long cord from Trenton's room because part of his room was out. So I had to find an outlet that worked. Run a cord from his room to make sure his TV could come on. Luckily, Brendan is one. Nothing in his room worked. Like his TV didn't work. Everything was like black. Like I could not power his room. I needed like 2 more cables. I'm like, you're one. You don't even know what's happening. So we just brought him in our room until he fell asleep, and then just threw him into his dark cave crib. Just threw him in there. Like, all right, you're fine. And so needless to say, fast forward, because I know I didn't even get to the rest of my month yet.
I mean, this is a lot just for the beginning of the month, and this is gonna be a long episode, folks.
It might not. Up. This should just be the podcast. There's not even a lot of news. There's like 3 headlines, 3 major headlines.
We gotta talk about Stellar Blade. We gotta
talk about
that shit too.
We'll touch on the news, but this is not going to be your traditional episode of the podcast.
This is like back to basics because your boys got fucked.
This is a reset podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway, fast forward, spoiler alert, they don't come at 12 o'clock, obviously. So next day comes, Adrian's like, we still don't have power, and I got to go to work, and she works from home. So, need some power in the house for certain things. So things are getting plugged in weird places. Like she had like to heat up some water on like the kettle thing because the oven wouldn't work. So the kettle's plugged in the living room. Like it's just wherever there was power, we had to like plug shit in. So anyway, they finally come. We find out that one of the wires coming from our house, electrical wires above, is rusted, and they had to swap it out for a new one. Don't know how that happened, but the reason the power kept like blinking on and off is because when it'd be like a hard wind, it would blow it, and like it would connect first. It was like a short in it.
Gotcha. That's crazy though. That it was just one cord, and then also it was only a portion of your house. That's I think too.
Our house is weirdly wired. I remember that we moved in.
You had weird issues when you guys were moving in with the contractor too, right?
Yeah, those bitches.
I remember that shit.
We also have a generator though, so like I think like our house is partially powered by that for instances like that. So we're not completely pitch black. Gotcha. And if it all goes out, the generator kicks on, so then everything comes back on with the generator. But since I guess it wasn't like a full-on overall power outage, it didn't kick on. We learned all that in real time. So anyway, that was that weekend. So it was all of that, powered out, fixed all of that, fell asleep, woke up, work again. Work all week. Next weekend comes, and this is Chris's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a part of that. Like I was helping with like the music and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a great time, beautiful time. Saw him get married, had dinner. It was great, and that was that. I think that what day was theirs on Saturday, Sunday. That's I straight up was like, I'm looking my family in the faces like doing shit today. I'm not moving. I'm not doing shit. So I didn't do shit. And on that day. And then sorry, my fucking mic is like buzzing noises coming out of it. Okay. So that was that weekend. And then we heard weird noises coming from our AC, like our AC system in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And they did tell us like the last time we got it serviced that, hey, you might want to be in the market for a new central air system. Yours is old, like this house. It's like as old as the house, not as old as the house. It was like almost 20 years old, out of its lifespan, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he's like, you could fix like the part that's doing it, but the part alone is $5,000, and it's just not worth it. You'll just be putting a Band-Aid on it until it happens again.
It's an expensive ass Band-Aid. Fuck.
It is. So they came to check out the air system. This is like the middle of the week, so after work, this guy had to come by and check it and then let us know what's up. Sat down with him. Fast forward, $18,000 had to go to a new air conditioner, to a new central air conditioning system. At this point, it's like, you know what? Let's just throw April away. Like, we don't need it, right?
Yeah,
I know I was born in that month, but, we'll just give me a new birthday in May somewhere. Wow. So 18 grand. Boom. Like, cool. I mean, it works great. We got a new fancy thermostat. It's all digital touchscreen.
Oh, is it like the spinny one that you always see on like the funny commercials and shit?
No, it's no buttons. It's all touch.
Oh,
there's no knobs, no nothing. And Adrian's like, look, you can look at the weather, the forecast for the week on it. I was like, is there a day on that forecast where we get $18,000 back? Because that would be amazing. Is this Thursday say 18 grand?
You gotta pay for the DLC for that.
Yeah, I guess so. Another 18,000 to get the
battle pass.
Yeah. So that was that. Then my birthday came, and that was fine. We just went out to eat. Nothing crazy. My birthday was actually pretty, like I said, the calmest part of the month.
Yep.
I feel like I'm forgetting something because a lot happened. But I'm gonna let you take the reins for a second, and you go over your April.
Dude, I don't even remember everything. So just so that we're aware, I have my Google Photos app open right now, so I can use these pictures as reference for what I was doing, because I don't remember. This shit's been a blur. To start the month, we finished our Factor app. And thank you everybody that signed up. It was a great time.
Appreciate you.
It was pretty good. The meals are good. I'm personally not getting them anymore.
Same.
Those are finito for me, but they were very good for the time. And if they ever wanted to sponsor us again and allowed existing users to refresh for the thing, maybe we do it. I don't know. What happened after that? Oh yeah, a little thing called WrestleMania happened in Philadelphia. It was a big deal. I had originally had plans with my friends. We were going to get tickets, and then we saw how much tickets were, and we were like, fuck no. And then we were like, let's get an Airbnb. Then we didn't do it in time, so that didn't happen. So we're like, you know what? We're just going to watch it as friends together for the weekend, whatever. We're just going to watch and have a good time. So that Saturday comes up, and we're all together in the living room getting ready for Mania. We got our food. We got like vibes going, a little bit of hoo-hoo,
Of course.
Having a good time. And I get a phone call out of nowhere because my phone never rings. It's always like a Snapchat or an Instagram or some shit. And I see the name Chat, and I'm like, this man never calls me. What's going on here? Because also, like, I feel like I got his phone number, and if you don't know who Chat is, it's CLD in the Discord.
Yeah.
I got his phone number, I think, the first time we met in person, which was at, like, a toy store somewhere, where we're just like, hey, we both work relatively close to these. Do you want to, like, meet up, say hey, but also do a toy hunt because it's fun? And that was, like, that, and here we are. He's like, yo, I got a way to get into WrestleMania. We're getting into Mania tomorrow. You coming? And I'm like...
I don't want to hear shit.
And I am zooted.
Yeah.
So, like, this feels like it's disbelief. That this is all fake. This is a lie. This isn't happening. But we watched Mania Night 1, and it's fucking phenomenal. Mommy came out on top. Rhea Ripley. If you can't see, Mommy's always on top.
I see.
I got this at Lincoln Financial Field the next day.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
So I got into WrestleMania Night 2. It was fucking amazing. CLD got me to split a bottle of whiskey with him on the subway to the event. Prior to that, we were at a bar that he is friends with the owner with, and the owner gave us a shot before we left too. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm already like, whew.
You're gone.
And I had to
You're
split
out
a
there.
bottle, and then we get into Lincoln Financial and we go get a drink as well. First of all, this lady who was the bartender, nicest lady ever. I don't know what the hell drink she made us. It was something with ginger ale and some sort of whiskey, and it tasted delicious. But that also got me going.
I'm sure.
And then your boy had 2 edibles in his pocket because he's like, I'm not going to bring a vape because, we're not doing that at a public sport event. So I'm like, I'll eat these little candies before. And I'm like, hey, if you want one CLD, let me know. I have 2. And then we get to the gate and I'm like, uh-oh, I still have it in my pocket. And I just took the other one. So I had to take the second.
Oh, shit.
So I'm at WrestleMania.
Out of your mind.
I'm out of my mind. And the seats we get are so fucking insane and so good. It was I will never be able to repay that moment. I did make something for CLD that I 3D printed a while ago. It just depends on what Iron Hill Brewery we end up meeting at some point.
Wow. The sponsored restaurant.
Yeah, the sponsor of the Save Before Quitting podcast. But we'll see when that happens. But I did 3D print him something as like a thank you. And then I think we still need to also send a edible arrangement to someone at some point too. But that was the beginning of the month. So like in my brain, I don't know why, but I had this thought. And I was like, that was too good of a thing to happen to me. Something's gonna go wrong. You know, like that, like thought in your head, like there's just too many good things. Something needs to get fucked right now, you know?
So what happened?
Well, we didn't get there. I went to Virginia.
That's right. Okay.
I forgot about Virginia, but I went to Virginia to meet up with my brother for a little bit and hang out. He's currently in the police academy down there. He's on his like almost the end of his first week at the time of this recording, so he's doing that. He shaved his head, which is funny looking because I didn't know he did it, and he sent me a screen like a selfie of just his eyes up, and he's like, "Get the fuck on Helldivers" or some shit. And like that was jarring to see, dude. No pun intended, jarhead, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, but so we went down there. It was a great time. We went on like a hike and shit in one of the national parks, which was cool. What else did we do? We went to a Flying Squirrels game, which is a baseball team there that's like really popular. And Ryan got us tickets, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll go to Squirrels game." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Cool, this is gonna be great." Turns out it was opening fucking night, so there was like. It was packed to the brim, like more than it ever was. So I'm like, man, you should have maybe looked into this a little bit more. But it was a fun time. They got their asses kicked, but we had a great time. I got a cup on my desk. There's a little R for Richmond Squirrels and such. And then we worked out. I posted a workout video of deadlifts.
Yeah,
that was
saw
pretty
you.
Cool. You boys got muscles now.
Killing shit.
I am exclusively lifting as heavy as I can, but not really though. It's a time, man. Workouts have been the one thing that's been consistent, and goddamn, I'm below 200 pounds, which is crazy because I've never been there. I don't think. Well, I mean, I've been there at least once. Maybe not. My head was pretty big when I came out.
I was born 208 pounds.
Honestly, feels like it. But no, like I think ever since like middle school, after there, I've always been over 200, just because you get that relationship body. You know, like when you're in a relationship, you go. And I wasn't working out at all, so here we are. But here we are now.
I see you.
And it's a good time, to say the least. But after Virginia, got back, kept working out a little bit, and I don't remember what happened in between Virginia and last week. Oh wait, no, something else did happen. My birthday.
Yeah,
I forgot. So
Good time.
my birthday, my buddies, my friends were like, "Hey, let's go into the city and we'll go to the Lego exhibit at the Franklin Institute," which was a great time. I will admit it was a little bit smaller than I expected. So if you guys decide to go while it's still there, it's a little bit small. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we took I think we took Trenton either last year or the year before.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like it's a cool exhibit. I didn't hate it. I had no problem with it. But we went there. But I had an issue that day, and I'm going to discuss that issue as candidly as possible because I still don't know what's happening at the point. But your boy had to use the restroom, number uno, almost like every other 30 seconds. It felt like it was like I had to go, but every single time
Lego?
no, just in the day for some reason, out of nowhere, I just had to like go. So like we're on 76, like on our way there. And, like, I needed someone to pull over so I could go pee on the side of the road. Then I couldn't pee on the side of the road because my body wasn't letting me. And then I was like, shit, guys, I know there's traffic, but I might need to use, like, a bottle because of how bad this feels. And in my brain, I'm like, this is not right. Like, I've never felt this way before, where I'd be, like, open, like, hey, people in the car with me, I'm going to whip my dick out and piss in a bottle.
Right.
So I'm already knowing shit's fucked up. I literally put my body in the position as if I was going to pee in the bottle, but I didn't like take anything out just to like test it. I'm like, yeah, this is impossible. This will not happen. I cannot mentally do this. So we finally get to Lego, and I go to the bathroom, and it's a thimble amount, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? It feels like I need to like release Moses, like some bullshit, like part the Red Sea. I don't know. It feels like there should be something else happening. So I go and I do that. And then we go into the exhibit. And as we get into the exhibit, I'm like, man, I feel like I gotta pee again. And then the exhibit lady's like, just so you guys know, there's no coming out of the exhibit once you go in. So if you need to use the restroom, do it now. We take 5 steps into the room. And I'm like, I fucking need to go again. And I'm like, there's something wrong, man. Like, yeah. So now I'm panicking because I'm a little bit zooted because, you know, like I'm trying to enjoy myself out in the city at the Lego Museum. So I took a little hit, nothing crazy. And I'm kind of panicking. So I start like walking ahead of the whole entire group. And I'm just like zooming through the entire exhibit. I walked through the exhibit 3 times total. My friends don't know that.
Oh my
I got
God.
to the very end. I literally was at the very end in the gift shop area. And I was like looking around. First of all, the gift shops suck. Like they didn't even go to like Target and grab like the clearance Lego sets to put them in there. It was just like merch for the Franklin Institute. I'm like,
it was full of Duplo blocks.
Practically, there was like plushies of the spaceman Lego guy. And I'm like, nobody wants this because nobody was buying it. But anyway, so I'm like in the store practically like 10 minutes into us being there. So then I have to backtrack the entire way. So I backtrack through the entire exhibit. And I get back to my friends who are still in the first room because they're reading like the stuff on like the little cards next to it, and they're like appreciating the art and they're having a good time. So I'm like, I'm not gonna ruin their time. I'm not gonna do that. So I'll just do another lap. So I make it to the end again and I make it back and I do it 2 times total until finally we get to the final room. Right. And there's a bench and I could just sit there in pain. And just like in the fetal position, because like I feel like I'm gonna die practically. Not really though. I'm slightly over exaggerating, but it was a very bad time. Right. And I just was like, you know what? I've also not eaten today, and I feel lightheaded now because I feel like I need to pee every 3 seconds. But I also feel like I'm gonna pass out. So I'm gonna go get some snacks. We go down. Me and Lucia are down there in like the atrium area, just waiting for Anna and Trevor, who are building Legos, because like they're building Legos. It's a Lego exhibit. That's the thing. I'm not gonna tell them to hurry up. That's what they want to do. They do it. I've left. That's me. We're good. So we're sitting down there, and everyone starts leaving. There's a wedding being held in the fucking Franklin Institute right below the giant William Penn statue, dude. And I'm like, bro, sneak in there. Shit. But we leave, and I'm still feeling like shit the entire time. Then come home, go to the doctor, blah, blah, blah. They don't know what's up. I was not able to do a pee test for them for some reason. My body was just like, nope, fuck you. You're not allowed to pee now that you're at the doctor and they need it. And I sat there for like 2 hours straight, like, guys, nothing's happening. They gave me 4 water bottles. I drank all 4. Nothing happened.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, there's something wrong. And then so they give me medicine for a, what's it called? A UTI. Which they're like, you be fucking? You be doing that shit? And I'm like, no.
I appreciate you thinking I could ask.
Yeah, I'm like, the one lady fucking pissed me off, and I'll get to that in a second. The fucking primary doctor that I have, they're like, okay, so if you do have UTI, it's incredibly rare. Take this medicine, go. Got the medicine. For some reason, she said I'm incredibly fucking pale. And this was like 3 days after I got back from Virginia, and I was objectively darker than this. So I was offended.
Maybe,
I was like, you bitch.
All your complexion was in that piss you couldn't piss out.
I guess so. That's a thing that was going on. So then a couple days go past. I'm taking the medicine, and randomly one night, I just feel really fucking off. I'm like, whoa, this ain't right. I don't feel like this ever. And I just vocalize it to one of my parents. And I'm like, they're like, we'll drive you, blah, blah, blah. We'll go to the ER. I'm like, give me like 5. And then after like 2, I'm like, okay, let's go. So we get there. And your boy is like describing how like there's like a little waiting room area, right? It's like kind of shaped like a little, I guess like I don't know how to draw this out. Like this is the room. And then there's this area here. It's kind of shaped like a dick and balls, I guess. Sure.
I get the idea.
Yeah. So I tell them what I feel like. Yeah, that's perfect. Much better than what I said. Don't listen to me. Anyway, so I go in a little room. I tell them how I'm feeling. They take my shit and they do this, blah, blah, blah. They're like, cool. We're going to have to take blood from you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't like needles. So this is going to be a bad time for me. And I communicate that to them. I'm like, just so you know, don't like needles, bad time. They're like, awesome, it's cool. Just so you know, we're leaving the IV in your arm. And I'm like, excuse me, pardon. Yeah. So I don't like that. Last time
you just can't think about it. I know that's easier said than done.
That's not a thing that's possible. It's impossible, in fact, because it's just constantly hurting. Because it's uncomfortable and your body doesn't want it inside of you. I will say though, when I was asking a question I was like asking some other questions. She's like, just so you know, it's not a needle anymore. It's just a tube. Like they don't use like a hard needle. So like if you bend your arm, you would like poke yourself or some shit, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Now it's just like a little like tube that sits in there and it's just there. And I go back out and I sit down and I'm fine. I'm chilling. And I like look over at my mom and I'm like, oh, by the way, did you know that apparently it's not a needle anymore in your arm? It's a tube.
It's a tube.
And that's what I said, and I kind of giggled for a second. I was like, and then there was this moment. It was like, like in anime, where there's like that white flash, and then the background goes black, but the character's still in color?
Yeah.
Like, that happened. Legitimately. And I'm like, I think I'm going to pass out. And then I don't remember anything. And all I remember is waking up like this. With a fucking strap on my arm, taking like my
vitals and all
my vitals and shit. They're doing a fucking prick test on my thumb. I'm sweating profusely, like wet, and then I just like pop back up, and that's all I remember. And I'm like,
they brought you back.
Fuck? I was like, I felt like I genuinely died. Like I thought I was like gone for a second. but I guess I just blacked out because of the thought of that being in my arm. So we sit in the waiting room. After I pass out for another 4 hours, they don't bring me back then when I pass the fuck out in their waiting room. They're just like, he'll be fine. And they just...
We see this all the time.
Practically. Meanwhile, like, everyone in the waiting room was panicking because I look like I just died a little bit. So that happens. Finally get called back, and I'm laying there for another hour before the doctor actually comes in. Then they're like, hey, we're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna do a CT scan, blah, blah, blah. Do all this shit. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. 6 a.m. We got here at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So we couldn't find anything. Shit. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, bye.
Have you peed in any this time?
Yeah, profusely.
Oh, so you did finally pee.
Finally peed. But it was... They were like, yeah, your pee's fine. I'm like... Excuse me? Everything's fine? I have no signs of a UTI. I have no signs of anything being wrong in my blood. That they looked for, at least. I have no signs of anything in the... what's the word? Testicular cancer realm. Nothing that. So, like, they're like, yeah, we don't know. Do you want to leave? Literally, the nurse was like, hey, you still have fluid left in your bag. Would you like to leave, or do you want to wait another hour for it to drip into you? I want to fucking leave, bitch. It's 6 a.m.
Yeah, I don't want to be here.
So I left. And I don't feel 100% technically still yet, but, you know.
How do you feel? Like, what do you feel like?
I don't know, man. It's like I'm like super tired, and I have like this weird, like, I don't want to say pressure, because pressure apparently isn't the right term to say, because then when you say that, everyone's like, you got like this crazy shit or whatever. But it feels like someone is constantly like, if the pain of a punch, right? Like, imagine the pain of it, and it's just constantly there, like half an inch below my belt line. That's what it feels like.
Like
just
in
like
your...
in like the groinal region right above the dink, you know? That's the scientific term. But yeah, it's just like right there, and it's just like, it just feels like there's like One Punch Man Saitama just like constantly digging in, if that makes sense.
You gotta set up a camera in your room, and then you realize at 4 a.m. someone's coming in your room and just punching you in the dick all night.
Honestly, that might be it, man. I gotta set up I'll do a sleep stream. That's what it is.
There you go. It's your dog. It's your dog coming in just...
What was you remember the parody movies of like the scary movie and shit?
Yeah.
You remember the one that Marlon Wayans did based on Paranormal Activity? It was like him and his wife, and like the ghost kept like picking him down.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, "Ooh,
yeah.
I'm gonna get all set up for the ghost," but then she left the room and he got, you know.
Yeah.
There's just a ghost just punching me in the dick every single night. It's like the Ghostbusters scene, but worse.
Go to the doctor. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, they have like a fucking they put a stethoscope above your dick, and they're like,
holy shit, Apollo Creed is beating the shit out of your dick.
Oh, well, we got another case of ghost dick. You want to come see what's up with this?
I don't know, man. It's just bad. It's a bad time. But, yes, I mean, I'm working through it, though. I've been going back to the gym and whatnot. So
be careful, man. I don't want you overdoing it and not feeling well.
I don't. Here's the thing. I know where the uncomfortableness, I guess is the right word to say it, is located. So I'm like, okay, so we're not going to do any leg-based exercise.
Discomfort?
The dick comfort. No, that's the wrong thing, too. We're just going to cut everything.
Yeah, all of it.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's been my month. And then, you know, your boy, a little bit after the whole hospital thing, found out that he's been a little bit too, what's the word? Frugal? No, that's not the word. A little too overzealous with his spending. So your boy... That's
the opposite of frugal.
Yeah, I forgot what the definition was. I'm not good at words. But yeah, your boy found out that he's been a little bit too much spending. So, needless to say, Figure Friday is dead for at least 2 months or so, because
no, you could just gotta find a different way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I
based
haven't
on
done
things you
it
have.
for like 4 months already, technically, but like I did do like a little recording thing. I made a video technically of like what I wanted Figure Friday to be, and it just didn't come out the way I wanted it, to be honest. And like all the footage, I have it, but I just don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. Like I'll figure something else out eventually.
It's
But
valid.
like what I had, like here's the like I had it filmed in front of my DTOFs, like myself. I was like, "Hey, welcome to Figure Friday," and then like I had the close up out in the kitchen, like I used like a backdrop and shit. It did not work. So I think it's just gonna have to be something else soon. I might just can it for the moment. We'll figure out something else down the line. But I don't know. That's been my April. It's been a time, man.
Yeah. You know what else happening? Like allergy season has been kicking our asses, like in my household. Like
my dad
again,
was like, the whole house is sealed and we have the AC bumping every single night because if he smells anything, he's just fucking 4 tissue boxes a day.
Trenton's got it, Brendan's got it. I had it bad. Like I was real sick at the end of May. Whenever that was, when I was like, I think I got the flu.
Oh yeah, last year.
Remember that?
Yeah.
No, like this year. Like it was like not May, March. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's May. It's May now.
It's today. My bad. March, the other MA month, March.
Yeah.
I got real sick at the end of March, and then right after that, like allergies came, and it came so immediately after that that I thought I was still. I'm like, man, this sickness is really lasting a long time. It's been a month, but then I was like, well, this isn't the same. This is different, and it was just like congestion and chest congestion and like the whole like puffy eye kind of thing. And I was like, oh, allergy season. This is our allergies now. This has been a really sick 2 months. So like I kind of got through that for the most part. I'm still like throughout my day, like like I can still feel the congestion in here. But I just take my allergy medicine or whatever. But Trent got it, Brendan got it, Adrian got a little bit of it. I'm like, I'm just like, yo, especially with Brendan, I'm just wiping snot constantly. I was like, I'm so sick of snot. This house, you're all disgusting.
That's why I hate this time of year, man. Winter is the best.
You
just got to put a blanket on. That's it. Put a blanket, put a hoodie.
I'm not ready for what comes with nice weather.
Yeah.
Because that all happened, and then like also in March, you knew this. I don't know if I said on the podcast. A giant tree fell in our yard.
Oh yeah.
Just woke up one morning and Trenton was like, hey, there's a tree outside. And of course, on its face, that statement, we looked at him like, what? Like,
there's a bunch of them. That's how we breathe.
Millions all over the world. There's trees everywhere outside. He's like, no, like there's a tree in the backyard. And it's still, I'm just like, yeah, we got trees in the backyard. What are you talking about? And then I went into the bathroom and looked out the window, like our bathroom in our room.
Mm-hmm.
You see the backyard. I looked out the window and I'm like, oh, a giant tree fell in the yard.
Yeah. That was
totally different.
Which is ironic because that happened to you also last year too, but with a giant branch.
Yeah. No. And last year, or was it last year or the year before, where it was a dead raccoon in the middle of the yard? Remember that whole story?
I remember the dead raccoon and the wasp nest as well. The one that was like right next to the fucking window that looked scary.
Looked like a giant football. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it looked evil. It looked like Castle Grayskull. It was the counterpart with the evil bees.
Every time some shit like that happens, I look at Adrian like, and this is why I do not care to be outside.
Fuck outside, man. This
but they
sucks.
love outside. So like, and then one day, and then the fart, like, I know it's a very long intro, ladies and gentlemen, but it's
only 44 minutes. We're fine.
So I come home one day. It's in April. It's like the beginning of April. And all those April showers happened.
Mayflowers and such.
Yeah. Then the sun came back out. And we had that nice weather for like a week. So the end of that week, our grass is just super grown. Like I'm like, oh. And I dread any kind of outside work. I hate doing any kind of outdoor work. I hate it.
Valid.
I told Adrian, like, I will do anything that needs to be done in this house. I will paint an entire room by myself before I go and I don't want to do any gardening, any cutting, any of that shit, right? There's no way to get around it, obviously, but I just had to let her know my hate for it. So the grass was overgrown, but I think Adrian was working one day, and then she's also was taking care of Brendan for something. And it's one of those things where, like, it has to get done. There's only 2 adults in this house, so it's a 50-50 chance it's going to be you. And as the man of the house, sometimes you just look at something and I'm just like,
yeah.
I get up. And it was random. I had just got home from work. I still had work clothes on. I get up. I throw like one of my old hoodies on. I put on like an old pair of Timbs. She's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "To do something that I'd rather shoot myself in the face for." Like, I don't. She's like, "What are you?" I was like, "I'm about to go mow the lawn." She's like, "Why?" She was like, I was like, "Number one, you keep bringing up that the lawn needs to be mowed. That's number one." I was like, number two, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. It's one of those. You ever had like a moment where it's just like, this has to get done, and it's going to be you who has to do it. And the longer you don't do it, the more you just dread it happening.
Yeah. I have to clean my room. That's what that is. Haven't done it in a bit.
And she doesn't, like, I don't take anything away from her. She doesn't mind doing outside work, but it was one of, like, she was busy, and I was like, what am I going to do? Say, like, all right, and when you're done with that, go mow the lawn. So I get up and I just go out there and do it. And you see how big my backyard is.
Yeah. Humble flex.
No,
I know.
No.
I know,
In this moment, I'd rather have 2 inches of lawn.
No, I feel you.
But,
you just gotta wait till Trenton's able to start pushing the lawnmower himself. You know,
can't wait.
That's gonna be the thing, man. And you can just give him like $10 in V-Bucks or Robux, and he's gonna think it's the best thing ever. That's the best part about it. Like, for me as a kid, my parents would be like, "Go mow the lawn. We give you $20." I'm like, I don't want $20. That does not sound like a fair and equal trade. Like, you know, like our fucking neighbor over here couldn't mow the lawn because, like, she couldn't walk, and, like, I was the type of kid who was like, listen, I'll do it. You just gotta pay me for the accurate amount I want. She would give me like $20. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing it anymore.
The economy of video games does not allow me to do this at the age of 13, ironically.
$20. So I go out there, and of course, allergies. So I'm mowing it, and I'm sweating. It was a great workout because it was like one of those, like, it was like maybe like 77 degrees outside. Like, it was cooling down for the day. So, like, and you know, it's that hill in my yard, so I'm up and down.
Yeah, how do you? You go up and down. You don't just go to
cross
it at a
I go across
angle?
at the bottom flat part. I go across.
Yeah,
and then I just push up the hill. Like, I go all the way across, just pushing up, like getting the hill part done.
Have you tried doing one just like at a weird angle the whole time?
I don't know what's the easier motion at this point. I've tried going the other way too before, like just going across and back as I go up. Man. But I tend to switch it up. But then I get to the top part, and that's all flat. So I get all of that, and then even Adrian was like, "Hey, just do the back. You don't have to. Don't kill yourself. Don't go to the front. Blah 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 blah." I finished the backyard. I am dripping in sweat, in a hoodie, mowing the lawn, and out there just sneezing. I'm like, oh my god, my allergies are kicking my ass. Especially fresh cut grass. That shit like fucks with you.
Rest in peace.
So
that's for one person. You can move on. Sorry.
Rest in peace. I don't know who that is. So, I finished that. I go then, like, it's one of those game time decisions where I look at the lawnmower, and she's like, "Don't worry about the front." And there was still a little bit of daylight left, and then my mind went into that same mode, like, if I don't do the front now, while I'm already out here and just go in the house, I'm going to be pissed off because it'll just get grown even more. It'll grow and grow and grow. She's like, "I'll do the front. It's fine." I'm like, "No." So I drag that thing to the front yard and I mow that. And that's not necessarily like small either.
Yeah.
So
You have a large front lawn, I would say too. It's also at like a
yes,
weird angle too, so that would probably
you
that would
know,
be a
there's
better.
nothing.
Ooh, that's a good workout. Shit.
It's all a great workout because
Yeah.
I'm burning calories as I go. But did the front, and I threw that fucking lawnmower back in the garage. I walked in the house, like I took off my hoodie and to just paint the picture. When I dropped the hoodie, it sounded like a heavy splat on the ground. That's how much sweat was called. I'm peeling like my shirt off. Like she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Showering." She was like, "I made you dinner. It's in the kitchen." I was like, "Thank you." But this was like my demeanor the whole time. And
Meanwhile, your
I don't
eyes
know.
are just fully like closing in on themselves from the pollen that's
Oh
in
my
that.
god! I immediately downed Zyrtec. Like I need this.
Like Hitch. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. And I felt like Millhouse on The Simpsons. Like there was an episode with he had to try out to be Radioactive Man's sidekick, and he's like, "I did it. It took us 8 hours, but I did it. It's done." Like that's how I felt. And then I think I passed out afterwards. But that was a long way of saying allergies suck.
Yeah, man. They're awful. I've never had them too bad. Like, it was funny because when we went down to Virginia, Ryan was like, yo, take Claritin every morning because of how much pollen was down there. But they got rain the day before we came, so it washed away all the pollen. So for like the 3-4 days that we were there, perfectly fine. And then the day we left, like, even our rental car was just covered in pollen. And we're like, man, we really got out of here at a good time, huh?
It's fucking pollen, yo.
Yeah. There was a lot of fun stuff in Virginia as well that I left out, but we can save that for a Patreon podcast.
What an intro.
Yeah. It's a long intro. It's about an hour long now. But we get to talk about what we played this week, though, which is a month of playing.
It did get to a point. I said this to you already on when you were on Twitch that I was like, isn't there something I
I'm
used
supposed
to
be doing right now
in my free time? I was like, video games. That's
yeah,
right.
we have a whole podcast about it.
Yeah, that's what the things that I do.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. So yeah, we'll get into that.
May is going to be a good month for us, though. I think we'll be back on track, though. So
I'm trying to think of May.
I don't got shit. I'm not
Mother's
doing
Day.
anything this month besides that. Probably.
That's all I
don't
can
have
think
the
of.
money to do anything this month. So
Same. I did a lot in April and spent a lot of money too on top of all that stuff.
yeah, man. I can't wait to see the weather on your new AC unit, though. I will tell you that. The next time we record in person.
I looked at that weather the first day and I've never looked at it again.
You gotta look at it. You got extra money's worth, man.
No, we got an app. Adrian's like, we can control it from our phones now. I was like, I would trade all that back for 18 grand. I don't need an app.
I would shovel coal into a furnace.
Yeah, right.
For that 18K back.
It's one of those things where like I could bitch and moan about it. It was a necessary. It had to happen. Like we had to get a new AC thing.
That's the beauty of it, though. Just because you had to do it doesn't mean it's not bullshit.
Yeah,
it's some bullshit.
Me and her had to talk about it. I was like, that could have gone to so many things, but she was like, yes, but aren't we blessed enough that we were just able to do it? I was just like,
yeah.
When you put it like that, how do I argue with you? I guess I can't.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. You can be happy about the fact that you were able to do it and be mad that you had to do it in the first place at the same time. Those don't have to be exclusive of each other. You can do both. As they always say in the Stand and Stuff taco commercials, porque no los stoves.
Wise words.
Yeah. So, yeah, what did you play this week? Or month?
I did play something at some point.
Uh-huh.
I downloaded Pepper Grinder.
Oh yeah, you were telling me you were liking it, right?
Yeah, it's fun. It can get a little repetitive, but it's fun. Like out of 10, I give it like a 7.5. It's worth
All right.
playing. It's
Nice.
fun. It's worth to pick up and play. I do want to finish it. I haven't gotten back to it in like a week now.
Did you
But
like
Pepper
it
Grind is a
better?
really good time.
You liked it better than the yo-yo one, right? For sure, then.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, I know that you hated that one, but I wanted to make sure, you know. I still gotta get TikToks of that shit. All of those TikToks are on that website that we have now.
Yo, I thought about that one day too. I was like, fuck. Like, April was that crazy. Like, I haven't even time to focus on that.
We literally had like a meeting where we're like, we're gonna each post a TikTok a day, and then everything, the Fire Nation attacked. Yeah. They're in Fortnite now.
Everything happened. It was crazy, yo.
Yeah,
craziness.
So Pepper Grinder, what's your favorite part about it? If you had to say, what did they do that's unique?
Well, the whole game is unique because you're just like burrowing through ground and enemies as your traversal. Like, it's a platformer, but also you have this third like leg of it where you can like grind through the walls and the floor and everything. And I like that it takes it back to like classic platformer type stuff where if you go off the beaten path or grind into a wall or you see something weird, there's like secrets to uncover and things you can collect throughout each level. So that feeds that like collectathon, like platformery secret, that like that part of my brain.
All right.
So that's fun. That's fun to do. I would recommend it. It's a really cool pick up and play game. But I played other shit and I can't think of what I played.
Well, while you think of that, I'll do one and we'll go back and forth instead of just doing all at one.
Got it. Go.
Cyberpunk, we're to get it out of the way really quickly. I played the fuck out of it and just recently streamed. I just did a stream, I think it was yesterday, right? Yeah. Where I did the final trophy that I needed in the entire list of both Phantom Liberty and the regular game. So I'm now 100% complete. I have technically done everything that the game says that I can do. There are definitely some secrets and some other stuff that I haven't done yet, like missions and stuff that you can just casually walk past. Like, I found like 4 or 5 by accident in this gameplay, even though like I didn't even level up my character. Like, I got to the main boss fight and I had nothing good. I just had to fucking struggle through it the entire time. I didn't upgrade any of my cyberware. I didn't get better weapons. I didn't upgrade my weapons. I was just like, I'm just here to do this one trophy and get out. So that was rough. But I love it. I love the game. I might start another playthrough maybe tonight. We'll see what happens after this. I don't know if anyone's doing anything tonight. And if not, then I'm probably going to play Cyberpunk. But yeah, I love that game. I need to... There's like rumors and stuff about the next one that are like going around. And I'm like, Summer Games Fest is coming up.
It's coming. It's coming quick. And you can tell because... Right. And you could tell it's coming because they already announced the Xbox showcase. And when I saw that was announced, I'm like, okay, we'll get into that. I guess elaborate more. Well, that's pretty much it. We'll say it again on the news part. But that was posted by Microsoft. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, they do it every year. And I didn't connect it to Summer Games Fest until I also saw Keeley repost it. And then the Summer Games Fest account was on it. I was like, oh yeah, it's almost that time. So much shit has happened that I almost forgot. Like, oh, we're like a month away from Summer Games Fest time.
We gotta like
Key 3
prep
is coming.
we got Key 3. That's good.
I'm gonna now on that day I might be like, I cannot come to work today.
Yeah.
For you see, I have important things to do at home.
I gotta figure out if I have enough PTO for that. Goddamn.
I mean,
I've been using that shit like crazy.
If you don't, then I guess we just do it on the computer. Do it on here.
That could be true. I do work from home. I can multitask.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll see what happens.
Figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We got time.
So what else did you play, Ant?
I'm about to check my Steam real quick. I played something. I played no consoles. I'll tell you that much. Like no, like of physical. The big 3.
Yeah.
Like I haven't played any consoles.
You're a Steam Deck boy from now on.
That's what it feels like. Shit. I've been on this Castlevania like spree, or games that are like inspired by Castlevania.
Okay.
So like I got the Lords of Exile on Steam, which is a Castlevania-esque game.
Okay.
Retro graphics and all.
What was it called again? So I can look it up. I'm sorry.
Lords of Exile.
Thank you.
I also played Elderand, Elderand. Really cool game. I like started it. I didn't really get as deep into it as I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Another game in that vein, and Crypt Stalker, which is like I won't say blatant ripoff, but it's genuinely just Castlevania with different character and different kind of graphics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks exactly like Castlevania 1 graphics, like NES and everything. So
I like the look of Lords of Exile.
Yeah.
There's a demo I might try.
Lords of Exile is a good time. I played like maybe a fourth of that game. Like I've been like testing out a lot of shit. Like Lords of Exile looks exactly like Castlevania, like retro Castlevania, but it has a lot of new like modern day elements to it.
All right.
That make it cool. It's a little bit more forgiving than classic Castlevania.
Yeah,
Crypt Stalker. Yeah, they were tough. Crypt Stalker is more like blatantly just is Castlevania with new character in it. It has that same kind of difficulty, but it's pretty fun.
Hell yeah.
That's what I've been playing along with Pepper Grinder. I downloaded Mercenary Kings because it reminded me of like Metal Slug, which it kind of is like that. It's like Metal Slug, except they're like you go on missions instead of it just being run and gun. Like, hey, go into this open space, shoot and kill this many guys, complete the mission, get back to base type game. Okay. But the humor and the graphics and the shooting feels like Metal Slug though, and it's a really good mix of those two types of games, and it's fun. It's really fun.
I like the look. Is this like co-op as well?
You know what? I don't know. I have no idea.
You can send copies to your friends.
Oh shit, we might have to do that. That'd be a fun stream.
I'd be down. It looks like up to 4 people can play as well. And I see that a certain person by the name of Pibextra already owns the game.
Oh, we might have to all link up.
We'll see in the future.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
But I think that's all I've played.
Oh, okay. I'll speed run some stuff, and then I'll talk about one that I was just playing on Discord, and you saw a little bit of. So Call of Duty finished up the Apollo Gaming season for this year. We won 0 games, and we were eliminated immediately from the championships because of the terrible condition of Tier 2 and the team that literally had a bunch of Tier 1 players on it. So they were, in no joke, in my opinion, smurfing, but not really because they knew it was happening. So it's kind of just was like, hey, let's take, like Wayne Gretzky and put him on the minor league teams. And then that'll be fine and balanced, It's fine. So that kind of sucked, but always playing with the forfeits is fun, so I'm not mad at that. It's just, the situation kind of sucked. Hopefully next season's better. We'll have some more teammates as well. I think my brother's joining, and we might also get a little fun together to get Byron, who hops in our chat to get the game, who doesn't want to pay for the game himself, but if it's bought for him, who's to say he wouldn't play, right?
True.
So maybe
at that point, you got to guilt him into it at that point.
Hell yeah. And we might also have a returning player from Season 1, where we won this lovely championship from Season 1 of Tier 2. But yeah, he might be making a return next season, and we'll see. But other than that, what else have I been playing? Fuck. Slay the Spire. I keep getting my ass kicked. I've only won one time, and it was on stream when I played it for the first time ever. Never won since then. I cannot do it for the life of me. But I love it. It's super fun. Pib Extra
I
in
still
the
want to play
chat.
that.
You would like it, honestly. It is a card
I think
game,
so.
but like you would genuinely enjoy it.
Mm.
John just got the physical version of the game, like the actual physical card version, and it's the collector's edition with like a giant table-sized play mat, a bunch of promo cards and stuff. He put it in the weekly pickups. If you like to take a look at it, it's really cool. It took him and Trevor, I think, about 2 to 3 hours, he said, to sleeve all the cards. They didn't even get to play the game. They were just sleeving it, like, to make sure they were protected and shit. And it took 2 to 3 hours for every card to get done. So, pretty cool. It's a fun game. If you haven't played it, go check it out. He's also been talking about a game, I don't know if it's from the same people, but it's similar, called Balatro. And it's
I've heard of Balatro. I've heard a lot about that. People really love that game.
I keep seeing him playing it, and it's making me want to pick it up every single time. I haven't actually watched him play because I wanted to have like a fresh look at it. Like he said, it's a poker roguelike, and then I was immediately sold from that because I was like, that sounds really interesting, even if I don't like it. So
yeah,
I'm gonna just wait until I get it, and then I'll give my first reactions probably on stream or something because I kind of want to play it on stream.
Yeah.
I'm getting yelled at in our chat that we need to play backyard baseball every time I stream, so maybe I got to do that again.
I saw that you started a whole thing with this backyard baseball.
To be fair, I feel like it was because I was I was drinking that day. I believe it was a day drinking day, so I was like, you know what? Nobody's home. I can be loud. I can be like an asshole on stream, pretty much. So I was just like coaching these children like a drunk father, practically. And Pablo Sanchez showed the fuck up for work and hit all those home runs that he needed to.
That's what he fucking does. Pablo Sanchez is the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. And then little steroid Barry Bonds child version. Put him at the end of the lineup. Right. But fucking what else have I played? Shit. Fortnite. I've been playing Festival exclusively. I don't like playing the BR anymore. I don't know what it is. I was in like a chat last night with my friends. They were like, you could be playing Fortnite with us, which was technically not true because there was 4 of them. So whatever. But like, I just don't have fun with the BR anymore because everyone's trying so fucking hard. And like, you can't just have like a casual good time anymore in there, it feels like. And I get it. It's fine. It's just not for me at the moment. That's what happened to Apex. I grew out of it because it got way too sweaty for me. So that's where I backed out. Call of Duty, when I play ranked at least, it doesn't feel too sweaty, if that makes sense. But that's a completely different beast. And just wanting Call of Duty to be good again, but it will never be. But I've been playing Final Fantasy 15. That's the one that's the crazy one.
16.
Is it 16?
It's 16.
Let me look at the Roman numerals.
XVI?
Yeah, it's 16, isn't it?
16.
Shit. Well, I've been saying the wrong thing for a while. But I've been playing Final Fantasy 16 because I bought it while it was on sale for $15 on Amazon one day. And I don't understand what's happening in the story, which is hilarious because I specifically chose story mode to play through, which is where it's like less about the combat and it's more about like the pretty visuals and shit. Because no offense, but I don't like those types of games. Final Fantasy, like it feels like you're just button mashing the whole time, in my opinion.
That depends on which Final Fantasy you're playing.
But which is ironic because what I did in this game, I didn't realize I did this, but you can equip 3 different like rings, I guess, to your character, and each of the rings do a different thing. And the ones that I have set up are exclusively press square to do every single combo instead of having to do combos. And then
well, then that's why.
And then but here's the thing, I love it because I don't have to think. And then on the other one, I have perfect dodge. So whenever someone goes to hit me, my entire game slow motions real quick, and there's a circle with an R1 that I have to press really quick as a quick time event. So that helps. And then my third one is that my companion auto attacks and I don't have to tell it to. So I'm just spamming square the whole time and then R1 every once in a while. It's so nice. Pretty colors. Pretty colors go all over the screen.
Just giving you that dopamine hit, like, yeah, I'm doing something.
And I like it. And here's the thing. Like, I feel like I'm doing well in these fights. Obviously I'm not, because it's like easy mode with the story mode thing. I know I'm not genuinely playing the game for like the game as of this point, but I'm enjoying myself. I just don't understand what the fuck is happening. Like, these games, the lore does not make sense because they just drop you in and expect you to know everything. But then the things that are going on in there that's like everything you should know doesn't make sense to me, because then you got Final Fantasy VII, which is a completely different time and era and probably universe or some shit. So it's like, how am I supposed to know this shit? You know?
I'm convinced, because none of those stories, unless it's like a sequel to a number, are connected. So I'm convinced that the people over at Square get into an office and they purposely make the most convoluted story they can come up with, put it out, but they back it up with like above average gameplay, and amazing visuals. And then if you can decipher the story, they want to try to make the player feel smart.
But the whole time they're fucking stupid.
They're just in there like, okay, let's just make let's make the prince have to go on a quest for some reason, and he can summon monsters for something because of something that happened in his ancestry, and the monster that comes is a descendant of his family. I'm making this up. This is what they do in the boardroom.
And that's the plot of this game to a
T. I made that up. I didn't know that.
Literally, it's the prince who's disgraced who can summon a monster. And then the monster does some crazy shit and then he has to go on a quest. I don't get it, to say the least. I don't understand.
There's always royalty involved for some reason. Obviously, there's a quest because it's Final Fantasy, and there's always monsters. Anything else in between those three pillars, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, but I don't know. I also don't understand like why anything's happened. That's the thing that's confusing to me, because it makes it seem like it's like a political story, because it's like politics, you know, like the hierarchy of kingdoms and blah 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 bullshit. We have swords and guns for some reason. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. At least in this one, it's all old-timey, I guess. Like, it feels like I'm playing a Renaissance fair game, as opposed to, like, with Final Fantasy VII, when I tried it for the hour to two that I gave it of a chance. I just didn't understand the world. I'm like, why the fuck do I have a sword? Why are people shooting me with guns? And then when I killed these people, why is it saying I'm knocking them out? That was my main strife. Cloud strife, specifically.
Goddamn Cloud.
But like, it just didn't make sense to me, as opposed to this one where I'm like, I am like a disgraced knight and I'm literally killing every single person that I'm fighting. It makes sense because we all have swords. Some people have magic. There's little goblin boys that go and shit, and that's cool. But like, that makes sense, but also the story doesn't. Nothing in the story makes sense. So
look, you just sit there and you enjoy the gameplay and the pretty visuals.
I'm just gonna keep spamming square. I beat the first like main big boss, and it gave me like the next like thing that I should switch out one of those things for to be like even stronger. But I'm like, I'll keep the one where I can just spam square over and over again.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it, I don't care. I'm in story mode. Just give me a cooler looking sword. That's all I need. But yeah, man, I've been having fun with it.
People at Square know what they're doing. It's a formula that's clearly worked forever.
True. Yeah, that's all I've been playing this week.
Yeah, I think I'm done. Yo, speaking of Final Fantasy, like I said on a previous podcast, I got that Final Fantasy VII. I always forget what it's called. Rebirth. I haven't played that since I said I played that on the previous episode we did. Yo, I am truly having no desire to play that game.
Really?
And I don't like it because, like, I mean, I don't like the fact that obviously I purchased it
Yeah. You
But at
like
the
the
same
game,
time,
you just don't want to play the game. You don't like
I
the
just
feeling.
don't feel like playing it. I'm not. I've learned. I figured this out in April too. I'm not in the mood for like a super long ass
Mhm.
70+ hour triple. I'm not in the headspace for it.
That's valid. I
Not
mean,
for that, and not and I know it's a good game. Like I get that it's a good game, but unpopular opinion, I think they blew their load on the Final Fantasy VII remake because now there's even been reports of how they're disappointed in the sales of Rebirth,
mhm,
and I think you can only revisit that well and get that like big pop for it
mhm.
once. Because with the Rebirth, I'm just like, well, none of this is gonna be a surprise. Like you got me with the first remake because
Mhm.
oh shit,
It's
they
a
remade
remake
it.
of
It's a completely different battle style. The story's fleshed out. They took liberties with it.
Mhm.
Like you got all that from me with the first one. This one, I'm not like running to it because I'm just like, yeah, again. Like it's just like I'm not like dying to like dive into it, even though I know it's great. I know it's
Mhm.
fantastic. I know the story's good. I know the gameplay is immaculate. It got amazing reviews. Like I know it's good, but it's like I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like going on that quest right now with
Yeah,
Cloud and friends. Like
that's valid. You'd
I
rather
just
pepper
don't.
grind through some walls, yeah, find some
Yeah, something
secrets.
super simple that I could just sit
Yeah.
there and play. I don't have to think. I don't gotta like you said with Final Fantasy, like, oh, what is happening in the story
Yeah.
and getting to the and questing and leveling up. And right now that just feels like heavy lifting that I'm not in the mood for.
That's valid. I mean, to be fair, I'm not in the mood for it either. The only reason that I'm able to do it is because I'm not paying attention to what's going on. And when I
Mhm.
don't understand it, I'm not like harping on it. I'm just like, yeah, I don't get what that was. Moving on. Who's the next guy I get to spam square
Yeah.
for? Like, and
But then
that's
that's the
it.
thing. But that's the thing. If Final Fantasy 7, if it was like a 30-hour game, I'm like, all right. But
Yeah.
me knowing for a fact
It's like
that
80 plus.
yeah, I just like, oh, I just
Too
don't
much.
feel yeah, because I don't feel like dedicating myself to it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's really it. I know it's great gameplay. I love the first one. I just don't feel like dedicating myself to that specifically. Like if it was like, let's say Spider-Man 3 came out, I'm gonna like, okay, stop everything. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go play that. Because I feel like that it's two different types of gameplay. And right now I want a more shallow experience. I don't feel like having a super deep
Mhm.
ongoing experience right now. Like something like Spider-Man is just like it's fun action,
Yeah.
quick,
And it's
it's
easy to
simple
pick up.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
Final
story's
Fan-
never simple. It's always heartbreaking.
well, you know what I mean. You know what's happening. You never have to question what's going on. But I don't know, something like but Final Fantasy right now just feels like heavy lifting.
I mean, they
And
do
I'm not
lift
in the
heavy
mood.
swords.
They do those big ass swords. As long as there's no guns on those blades, we're good. Till they do the Final Fantasy VIII remix, and then I throw my PlayStation out the window.
I mean, honestly, that'd be kind of cool. I would probably pick that one up because I would have to see what the hype is. If there was a remake of that with the gunblade, like, that's gotta be cool, right? The gameplay's gotta be sick.
I've played Final Fantasy VIII briefly, like the original.
Hmm.
That's not one I beat, but it's fine. It's Final Fantasy. It's a Final Fantasy game. They had a lot to live up to because that was fresh off of 7, and 7 is like the darling of Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. So,
I feel
um,
like the problem with this one so far is like I don't care about any of the characters. Like none of them have like any sort of redeeming qualities where I'm like, I want him to do it, do that quest. Like the guy that I'm playing as, I don't even care about, and that's bad. Like I don't know, but yeah, we got to do news, don't we?
we do.
I
I
don't even
didn't
know
set up.
what news there is. I didn't look up
We're gonna.
anything.
I started looking it up. We can start at no. We did that. We can start at because it's not a lot. We can start at April 29th. Because it's like only that's where like the main stories start.
Let me check. I'm still not in the Discord, sorry.
No, you're good.
Where is 29? The Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Take it away.
All right. The news.
Take a fucking
Good news, everyone. You did what now?
Yeah, broke my wrist. Don't
All that jack in it.
I don't even do that. Kimmy Granger's still in her plastic.
What?
If you know, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. So
you
I don't know.
You know. It's an old story about something that showed up to my house that I didn't know.
Oh, that is still in the plastic?
Yeah, I didn't fucking use that.
I forgot the name.
I know the name.
You know the name. All right, let's get to the news.
I know that name.
A Kingdom Hearts movie is reportedly in the works at Disney. It's fresh off our conversation about Square and throwing shit at a wall story-wise.
Yeah.
Should be. I'm interested just to see the execution of this.
I don't know what this is going to be like. Obviously, it's got to be live action, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yo, imagine a Kingdom Hearts movie, but in the style of Spider-Verse. As like the main style, as like that. And then when they go into the different universes, they go into like whatever fucking movie it is for that style every single time, animated. Going to Hercules World, we're going back to 90s Renaissance animation.
That'll be fire. Like, if that's the case, then I definitely want it to be animated and not live action then. Unless you do some throwback. Remember that movie, The Page Master? The 90s Macaulay Culkin?
So I didn't... Was that there was a book about it, right?
Yes. And I bring it up because he was like, it was, for the time, the technology was crazy. It was live action, but it became a cartoon.
Was there a book that said Sanctuary in it?
I know there was talking books. So
you remember when you were a kid, those books that had like buttons to make sounds? I had one for that movie, but never saw the movie. So I had no idea what it was from, but we always pressed the Sanctuary button because it was like, Sanctuary! And it was very good. So I was like, that guy put his whole dick into that performance.
Put his whole dick into the Sanctuary.
Yeah.
I can see this movie having, it could be live action and then they go into a world and become like animated or something.
That'd be cool. If it was live action, who you casting as Sora? There's
Tom
two
Holland.
options.
No.
Yeah. I was gonna say Tom Holland is one.
Tom Holland and Chris Pratt need to sit their asses down. They can't be everything and everyone.
I was also thinking Timothy Chalamet.
Isn't he a little too old?
Al-Gaib. He looks young as fuck. He's like the skinny white guy.
Yeah, but how old is he really?
I don't fucking know, like 20-something?
I feel like Sora has to be like a teenager.
Okay, then cast the kid who did Percy Jackson.
I gotta look that up. Who is that?
From the most recent one. Percy Jackson actor. Not the one from the old one. Walter Scoble.
Walter, how you spell his last name?
S-C-O Bell.
I found it.
Liv Moss.
Oh man, that is Sora. All right, boom, we got it. Perfect
he also says curse words and stuff. He was in that movie with Ryan Reynolds where he was young.
Oh yeah. I like that movie. Okay, he's. They're stupid.
I love how excited you got for that movie.
The movie's good.
You just had a Will Smith moment.
Oh,
that's hot. Oh, my light died. Fuck. My light died. Oh well. Too bad.
Yeah. I'm from Philly, right? Yeah. Getting jiggy with it. Woo! I think It should definitely be him, that kid for
sure.
He looks like Sora, especially in the picture that comes up on Google.
I was gonna say, kind of does, yeah. That's the perfect cast. Also, his voice would be good if it was animated too. So I think that's
Disney. Don't be stupid. That's the casting. That's it.
Yeah.
We put our foot down.
All right. Do we have anything else to talk about with Kingdom Hearts?
Chris Pratt as Goofy. They're gonna make him somebody.
Gorsh, Sora.
It's just Chris Pratt's voice.
Normally. No, he's gonna be Donald Duck, and it's just gonna be his voice.
Quack.
He's not even gonna do the.
That's how shallow Chris Pratt is.
Quack.
Yo, quack.
No matter of fact about.
Because you see this Garfield cartoon movie that's coming out, and he's Garfield.
Yeah. Do you see how much hype there is behind it, though? People are like dying to see this.
We're gonna take Trenton to see it because he actually wants to see that. He saw the trailer for it.
You're part of the fucking. Oh my god.
Well, I'm not gonna take Trenton to see it because
you're gonna see it and you're gonna love it and you're gonna come on this podcast and tell me how Chris Pratt is great or some shit. I bet
I won't do. I don't know about all that because what I was about to say was in the trailer. It's just again. It's just Chris Pratt's voice.
It's just him.
He's not even trying to sound like Garfield. Like
you can't keep getting away with this.
That's why I said that him and Tom Holland got to sit their asses down. Definitely Chris Pratt, but they both got to sit down. They're in everything.
Anyone could do a better Garfield than him too. That's the shitty part. Hey Odie, something like this. It's around here.
Wasn't he somebody? Not Mario. He was somebody else. It wasn't. It's Garfield, Mario. Obviously,
he was in that Onward movie from Disney that was really good.
Yeah, but that's just another. Me too.
With Tom Holland.
Sit down, you two. Relax. Jeez, save some money and bitches for the rest of us. Yeah. You're just doing it all.
So Xbox is having a conference. Their digital showcase.
Those two go into a bar and be like, "What's up, girl? We're everyone. What's up?"
True.
Have you seen that movie? What movie exactly?
You seen Wonka, girl?
You've seen it. You've seen a movie. You've seen us.
You see me sand walking in Dune. So Xbox is having a conference coming soon, June 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to be followed by a redacted stream right after it, which I think CLD put in the chat that it looked like Witcher. And I thought he was correct for a second until I saw
immediately got color. As we talked about it, it immediately got revealed.
Well, the reason I was like, this is not The Witcher is like, that is like Call of Duty Black Ops Orange in my mind. Like that is like, that's what that is. And then I zoomed in and I know that it's not what it is, but it says OD at the top left. And I was like, oh, COD.
I see. I didn't even peep that.
My brain went there. It's not COD. It's like it's a, what's it called? Like a dollar bill or some shit. 'Cause it's the White House or whatever the fuck building that. I don't care about United States history. Fuck you, buildings.
It's one of those Washington, D.C.
It's
buildings.
fucking white and bad. Who cares? Anyway, but it's going to be a Call of Duty thing, and it's going to suck. Hopefully it's good. I'd like it to be good, because the current game we're playing is awful. The balancing is shit, and the time to kill is wrong. And the ranked system is a complete joke, and they should feel bad about themselves. So there's that. But Xbox, what do you think they're going to show off? Do you think there's going to be anything worth a damn from them? Because, no offense, I do not care about Xbox most times when they say stuff.
I don't know what to guess. When's the last thing we heard about Hellblade 2? Is that coming out soon? That has to be shown. They show all the trailers that they haven't lived up to again. Like Hellblade 2, Fable, Perfect Dark.
I forgot about Fable. Holy shit.
Exactly. That Indiana Jones game, I guess they could show more of.
Are you excited for that? Are you gonna play that?
I'm not gonna play that. Not that I think it looks terrible. I just have zero interest in that game. After watching I was interested until I saw the trailer, and I was just like, it looks boring. It looks stiff.
I mean, the trailer reminded me of Cyberpunk in a weird way, if that makes sense. Like the way it looks, like as a first person game. I was like, yeah, cyberpunky. But like I don't understand, and this is not shitting on the franchise. I don't understand why Indiana Jones is still a thing.
I mean, it's the same reason that like everything is still a thing. Transformers is still a thing. Star Wars is still a thing. Like
Star Wars, at least though, and like anything like any other franchise, if you think about it, it's not like based specifically about one dude. You know, like there's so many other places you can go with it. No one else in Indiana Jones besides Indiana Jones is interesting. Name one name of any other character from an Indiana Jones movie besides Short Round.
To be fair, I wasn't the biggest Indiana Jones guy. I haven't seen them all,
and I don't know any of them.
I'm not the person to ask that question to.
I don't even remember the love interest's name. I just know Shia LaBeouf was there for one reason or another.
Yeah, they. I like how they try to sweep that movie under the rug like it never happened, but it did, and we remember that it did.
Dude, there was a part of me when I saw that in theaters where I was like, they have an opportunity to do the sickest shit right now and make the worst decision and connect this to the Alien universe. And those were like xenomorphs and not like some random alien or whatever that it was in the movie. If that was a xenomorph in there, I would have been like, bro.
They did it. Those sons of bitches.
And then the fucking Predator is just like in the back because he's Donald Duck's voice actor.
Of course.
I can't do the Predator noise on command. Sadly.
Oh, it's hey, I'm the Predator. that's what it is. Oh yeah. Whatever that noise he makes.
That's the translation. I'm the Predator.
Yeah. Hello, I'm the Predator.
Dude, that'd be so funny in the next Predator movie. Chris Pratt just like makes a translator, so it's like we can understand him now, but it's only in my voice. And they put on a collar, and it's like Chris Pratt talks as the Predator the whole time. You have two Chris Pratts.
Hey.
Hollywood, hire us. Come on. I don't want to see it, but like it's a lot of money you're gonna make.
Exactly. No, but like I said, I think we're gonna. It's got to be. There's too many games they're just like not sitting on, but we haven't heard any updates on.
Yeah.
What did I say? It's Fable.
Perfect
Dark. Indiana Jones. I said a fourth one, but I'm slipping my mind right now. You know what? They could win over a crowd if they do. For me, this is my early prediction before our actual prediction episode. If they be like, fuck, now I'm losing my mind. What's the name of the game that became third party and went to PlayStation that I said they should have kept there?
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. If they be like Hi-Fi Rush 2. And it's,
I don't know if they do a sequel, but I'd love to see an online 4-player mode.
They'd be fools to not do a full sequel to that game.
Yeah, but I just not yet. Because it's like last year it came out. They shadow dropped it last year. There's no way in hell they're gonna do 2 this quick.
They don't have to come out this year. They can be like,
yeah,
it's weird. Or let's say
that's on PlayStation. I'm gonna play that again. I didn't beat it because it was on the Xbox app, and I've refused to use the Xbox app on PC.
If they come out and say Hi-Fi Rush like limited animated series, right? And they show the trailer for they show the trailer for it, and at the end of the trailer, they don't show footage, but they'll show footage of the show. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the trailer for the show, it just says Hi-Fi Rush 2 currently in production.
I like that. Okay, hell yeah. I would love to see that because that game deserves more praise.
Do that and then be like, show like a quick like trailer. You don't know what it is. They're going through a forest. They go into a house, and then you just see like Banjo's face, and then it just cuts to black, and it just is coming soon.
They're not doing a fucking. No,
but that's how Xbox makes waves. If they did some shit like that with those two things, that would be the one time people would be like, "Oh shit."
I agree, but I don't think they're gonna do a Banjo. They're not. They can't.
Why can't they?
Because it'd be too smart of a move to do, and they're stupid.
In that case, you're absolutely correct.
Look at what they've been doing for years. Like, they're just dumb.
Or show a new Ori game, because that was originally Xbox exclusive. Do Ori, bring Ori back. Or I feel like they're due for another Gears game. So I can see them doing that.
Gears hasn't had a game in a while. Because I remember when like Gears was like a big deal. Like I was in high school at the time, I believe, or like maybe it was like middle school going into high school. But like I remember Gears of War was like always a topic of like discussion, and I had no idea what it was because I was a Sony boy, and I was always a generation behind as well. So not only am I behind a generation, I'm on the wrong side too. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But like it was a big deal, and I would see the merch and like Hot Topics and shit. Like the fucking logo was badass. I'm like, man, that looks cool, but I don't know what the fuck it is.
Gears was a good time when it was like at the top of its game. Oh, that era was fun as fuck.
Maybe I play Gears. I should play Gears probably.
Hey man, we can both play. Go through some Gears with you.
Is there like a one that I should play, or do I just do them all? Is that like the thing? Isn't it Gears 4 that's the big one, right? That's the one that everyone's like...
Is it?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm asking.
4 was cool. 4 was cool. 4 is when they kind of like... Is that when they retconned it? Like when it started again? Because I think it was 1, 2, 3, the original trilogy. And then 4...
was like a reboot.
Yeah. 4 is when like you're playing as the son of the main character from the first 3.
Okay. So it's not a reboot then. It
wasn't a reboot, sequel? But it's just a sequel, and it's like a new beginning.
Okay, I like that. Maybe I'll play it.
It was good.
Okay. All right.
1 is a classic. 2 is like a refined one. 3 is the same thing, and then 4 is like the new beginning. And in 5, they kind of changed it up too. They gave it this little bit of like open world aspect to it. But I think it's time. We haven't had Gears in a while, so I could see them trying to bring that back. There's always a Forza, so you know they're gonna show some cargo room.
I've been playing those. I forgot to mention that. I got the free one from last PlayStation month. I'm really good at it.
PlayStation. Forza's not on PlayStation.
No, there's like a racing game, a cargo room game that we got for free, and I was like, I've been playing racing games, and I'm good apparently.
Look at you killing shit.
I don't know, man. I'm a new person.
In Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I commit. You didn't watch Gran Turismo, did you?
No.
You gotta watch it. It's so good.
Like actually good, or
like,
it's
unironically good? It's good. Like it came out way better than it should have. I'm not trying to overhype it. Anna saw it in theaters like 5 times and then made us watch it for a movie day, and then I was sad I didn't go see it in theaters because I was like, this is actually good. What the fuck?
I believe you. I'll check it out.
But yeah, it's super fun.
Night when I need something to watch, I'll turn it on.
It is a little dark at a certain point, though, so if you do decide to watch it with children, be forewarned, because it gets dark.
Okay, don't you worry. If I cannot watch it with children, I will not. I don't watch anything with them I don't have to watch.
Right, there you go.
Speaking of that, me and Trenton have been making our way through the little Knuckles series.
I don't have Paramount, so I can't watch it, sadly.
It's fine. It's very child-friendly.
What was it on? Black Nerd Comedy. You know him, Andre?
Yeah. Yeah.
he posted his review on TikTok, and the way he was saying, he's like, the Knuckles parts are great. The
Yeah,
parts with
fantastic.
what's the human
Wade.
guy's name? Wade. The parts
Wade,
with
yeah.
Wade's mom are great. The parts with blah 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 are great. Blah blah blah. The CG is amazing. When it's just Wade, nothing is a fun time, and it feels bad.
It's so cheesy.
Yeah. So
It's like,
apparently they do in later episodes, not to spoil anything. There's like episodes where it feels like Knuckles isn't even in the show.
that's the episode I just watched, because as it's going and going, and me and Trent are on the couch watching it, I'm just like,
Where the fuck is Knuckles?
it's like, this isn't good. This is bad.
Yeah.
but but again, like he said, when Knuckles is around, it's cool. It's dope. It's on the level of the movies.
Yeah, that's what I was shocked by, is how good the CG is. It is the same exact as the movies, if not better.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And I think it's shot like, it's 6 episodes. So essentially it's its own movie, because they're all like 25 to 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's its own movie, because it's a continuous story. It's not like it's starting again every episode.
Yeah.
They're on one journey. This could have been, they could have made it like a mini movie.
That's
and
crazy.
Put it out. But it's shot with, like, because the first episode has Sonic and Tails in it, and it's all the voices. It's not like they skimped on the talent to make the show. And it's in the tech, and the CGI is all just as good. But I did read that the person who wrote the TV show, the Knuckles show, is not the same person who plans out the movies.
Okay.
Which would answer the question as to why it looks just as good, and the CGI, all that, the visually is just as great, but the story seems kind of like shallow. It's just like,
okay. I did like the clip of Knuckles watching Pretty Woman. That was pretty cool.
That was good.
I heard there was a fight scene or some shit with that lady, but I haven't seen it, so I'm like, ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't think I got there yet. There's 2 episodes left. There's 6 episodes. We watched 4 so far. We've been watching them like before he goes to bed at night.
I do like the sister actor. She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
the sister of Wade.
Funny.
She's in the Righteous Gemstones. I don't know if you've seen that TV show. Where it's
I've heard of it. I never watched it.
It's so fucking funny, man. It's like a religious family with like one of those super mega churches and shit. And dude from Workaholics is in it. Divine, and he's dude, his hair in that is like so gelled up in a mohawk. It's peak.
It's got that style.
But yeah, what else do we got in the news? I think that might be it for the major news. I did post something today, like, I don't know if you saw this. Honestly, I'd love to hear your reaction to it if you want to watch this video real quick. Pretty much, this is a newly announced map for the Marvel Rivals game, and people are like, holy shit.
I'm looking at it now.
This looks like a better Overwatch like map. For some reason, I can't get into my Twitter anymore. So there's that. But yeah, it looks fucking amazing. So I'm kind of...
It looks really good.
I don't know.
When does this come out?
This comes out soon, I believe. I'm literally closing this. They made me do like some bullshit to get into my Twitter, so I'm not even doing it. I'm not authenticating. I'd be in the middle of a podcast. But yeah, it looks fucking fun. I saw the gameplay in a recent video as well. It looks very similar to Overwatch, but third person, obviously. I hope that Spider-Man is fun to play, so I can be a Spider-Man main. And I honestly,
I hope so as well.
It looks like fun, man. Like it is definitely an Overwatch clone to a T, but like it looks like a fun time, and I think it's free to play. If it has a battle pass system, I'm not necessarily opposed to it if it's actually good shit on the inside. But yeah, I might play the fuck out of this, to say the least. We'll do a Marvel Rivals stream sometime.
There is another news thing. Let's get into this Stellar Blade shit, yo.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm gonna let you take the helm on it. I watched about 15 to 20 minutes of that video you sent, but a lot of it was stuff I was seeing. But I like the way the dude was talking about it, though.
It gets wilder towards the end of it. I highly recommend finishing it if you decide to. It is a long video though, so don't feel like you have to. But pretty much Stellar Blade, the devs updated a singular outfit. And if you don't know what Stellar Blade is, just some background context. It is pretty much just big tits and ass, anime titty ass situation game. It's a
third-person action titty ass game.
Yeah, it's jiggle physics to the max. It's literally just for coomers. That's all it's for, and that's pretty much being shown very evidently on Twitter and with some of the reactions to the devs that updated an outfit. Pretty much it was a bathing suit, and I'll put the pictures on the screen, I guess. Maybe if I remember to. I kind of don't want to, but here we are. But it was like a single piece bathing suit, but like very high up, so it like accentuated her ass and her tits. There was cleavage, whatever. They updated it so that she got a lace bra that covered the cleavage a little bit, but you can see through because it's lace, and you can also just see the fucking tits in their entirety, pretty much. And then there's like a little like frill that comes out from the side, so her hips aren't as well defined, I guess. And the internet, and by the internet I mean fucking disgusting dudes.
Yo, you motherfuckers need a life.
Fucking weird dudes came out saying that this is censorship in video games, and some crazy fucking arguments that are honestly hard to repeat just because it's not even like a fun. It's just dumb. They're pretty much complaining that putting anything over top of that is censoring, and they said that this video game was going to be completely uncensored from the start. The devs did, apparently, which is an actual quote. But
they didn't do anything drastic, and there's more revealing suits in the game than the one that they're complaining about.
That's the biggest problem, is that there's 74 total outfits in the game, and a lot of them are way more revealing than this outfit even was. To be honest, this outfit wasn't even that bad in the original form, in my opinion. It looked like a normal bathing suit that like you would see at a beach, but like that I don't know, let's say like a young 20-year-old girl would be wearing to like show off a little bit more. You know the type. That's what it looked like. So I was like, whatever, it's fine. And then they added the lace stuff on there, and it just made it look more frilly, and that's it. But they're overreacting so much from it, and it's all being helmed by this like one dude that used to be a dev at some place. I don't even want to give him airtime with his name. Fuck the guy. It's just stupid. He made a whole entire petition about it, and then the whole is on like change.org, I think it is the website that you can do it on. And the cringe
this
part,
is for gamers. If you're a gamer and you support gaming, then you should sign this petition for our rights. It's like, motherfucker, your rights.
And that's what they sound like too, dude. They sound cringe. Like it's they sound like the joking version of a neckbeard. Like if you're trying to, oh yeah, hey guys, like that's what they're talking like, but they're talking seriously. And here's the thing, man, like if that's how you are, that's fine. I'm sorry for making fun of how the way you talk, but you can't be saying the shit that you're saying while talking like that, because you're fucking abysmal, dude. Super. They're making videos when they're signing this petition, like, and explaining why they're doing this. Like, this is the Nazi regime trying to take back over, and some other bullshit, and it's just maddening and sickening. Because it's not even valid of an argument.
As they were going through the guys making the videos on the petition site, I'm like, you all are the same kind of guy.
Every person on that change.com petition should be put on a fucking list.
Yeah.
And watched. Look at their internet browsing history, because it ain't gonna be good. You're going to find some shit that's probably going to prevent some shit, in theory, if we actually were to do that.
I just hate the fact that they're trying to hide behind this censorship movement. You don't care about censorship. You're just mad that they slightly altered the revealing
like
outfit
9 pixels
on a sensual, like on a voluptuous woman, like
pixel titties, not
like
even real
mother,
titties, pixel titties.
like motherfucker porn is free. Like, just
Yeah.
what are you? Why
Go
are
to
you that
Twitter.
caught up? Yeah, like,
Have you seen Twitter nowadays?
Twitter is insane.
Dude, I will
There's
be
so
on
much
Twitter
porn.
and see if I'll see a fucking Marvel Rivals post, and it's like, here's the design of Captain Marvel's skin, and then I'll go to the replies. First thing is, you want to see some skin getting pounded, and I'm like, what the? And I'm in a fucking Wendy's parking lot. Like, fuck,
Yo,
man.
no bullshit. I was at work and I had like, holding my phone up on my desk, doing like one of these, and this is why, because I had like some downtime and I'm scrolling, and just full on porn just came up on my timeline. I had to be like, oh, y'all are gonna get me fucked up. Like,
I literally just uninstalled Twitter from my phone because it's impossible to use in public anymore. So, all that being said, Stellar Blade, the devs, they are aware that this is an issue. There was some sort of conference, I can't remember what it was specifically, but where the main dev answered a question regarding it, saying that this was the final design of the suit. They actually wanted the final design to be this, and they needed to update it for that reason, because that's what they designed.
Yeah.
And they weren't really happy with that answer. Personally, in my opinion, I think since they technically have both files, they have the old version and the new version, add it as an additional outfit. There it is. It's just there for you to pick it, but also the 1.2 version is there, the one that they wanted there. Fine. It's there. Who gives a fuck? And then fuck you to all the other people, put them on a list.
Nah,
unironically.
I don't want those people to get what they want. No.
I don't care.
Do that.
I don't care
Like,
about them getting what they want. It's a non-issue. It's not even giving them what they want. It's just, we have the file. It's not that big of a deal. Like, go.
But they took it out for a reason. It's like, if they took it out, then they just took it out. They're the devs. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Because I don't like those dudes also hiding behind the fact, like, don't let Sony bully you. Sony didn't do shit to you.
Yeah. See, I don't want them to feel like they've won, but I also want them to shut up. And the easiest way to shut someone up...
they need to be pissed off. Let them be pissed off. They just making themselves look dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber.
Yeah.
Why am I going to give a cry? Like, I'm not going to give the baby what they want. You're just crying for nothing.
Yeah.
Sit in that shit. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. By next year, y'all won't care this much. The next game will be out.
They will.
Then they're super sad.
They are. And that's...
They are.
I feel like that's the main thing that we can gather is it's super sad. But bad. I don't know. Yeah. That's the news.
That is the news.
And that's the podcast. We didn't even do like the intro thing where we say the stuff. Do you remember?
We definitely did not.
Yeah. That's fun.
Hey, save letter B #4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Titty. And these titties will never be censored.
Yeah, these titties won't be censored, but unless we decide to, because we're the devs.
If we decide to, I'm sure you'll be fine.
And if not, go make a change.org petition. I don't care.
Yeah, at that point, you're just putting a spotlight on us. So please, by all means, go do it.
But other than that, you can check out our merch on our website, savebeforequitting.com, fully spelled out. You have our Patreon, which we will be recording more stuff for if you'd like to support us after this grueling month of fucking hell. But we'll be back on content for this month for sure. Check out some streams we have coming up soon for some new sponsors that we have just taken on. If you'd like to help us out by checking out our sponsors, we'll be doing streams soon. I think that's it. Yeah. And we'll see you in the correct form next time.
We will. We promise. Next time.
As long as May doesn't destroy us.
I truly hope it does not.
It's gonna be May.
I'm gonna do. Don't wanna lose it.
All right, that's it. That's all you get.